Shalom. My name is Michael Decker, and I'm a lawyer within the law offices of Cohen Decker, Pex and Brosh. Today I wanted to discuss a matter that's relevant to many households in Israel. And it's in regards to the employment of cleaners in houses. I would estimate that there are around 500,000 cleaners in houses in Israel at every given moment. And I wanted to specifically refer to two legal relevant matters that pertain to the employment of cleaners in houses. One is regarding the visa, to check if the cleaner has a relevant visa to be able to even work here. And the other is regarding labor law requirements, which include all the regular requirements and also the matter of insurance, which is the most important. So first of all, many of the cleaners in Israel that clean households are foreign workers, or what we would call like asylum seekers or immigrant workers or refugees. And many of these potential workers have relevant visas that allow them to work, but some don't. And if you employ someone that doesn't, you can get an indictment and be fined with a very high fine. So it's very important to make sure that the relevant cleaner has a relevant visa. And if you want to check the visa and make sure it allows this worker to work, it's recommended to send a copy of the visa to a lawyer that has experience with immigration matters to confirm and let you know if this worker has a relevant visa that allows him to actually work in Israel. The second matter that I would like to discuss pertains labor law requirements. It's important to understand that there are various ways to basically have a cleaner clean your house. One, which is less common even in households, is to use like a cleaning company. And then the cleaning company would send a worker on its behalf each time, and it's usually even different workers. And in this case, the cleaning company would usually have the main responsibility for the worker, and the employer-employee relationship would be between the cleaning company and the relevant worker. However, the reality is that usually a household contacts or gets in touch with a cleaner or a foreign worker directly, and either through friends or through friends that employ also a foreign worker that's a cleaner that then recommends their friends. That's just how life works. And in a situation like this, it's important to know that when a cleaner comes to a household and cleans a few times a week, an employer-employee relationship will almost certainly be developed. And it will be almost impossible to argue before a labor law court that there is no employer-employee relationship and that this cleaner is basically like a freelancer. It will be very hard to prove, okay? And therefore, we would recommend that you actually do pay the cleaner all the relevant rights of a worker, beginning from minimum wage, making sure the worker gets vacation days, making sure the worker gets sick days, making sure the worker gets dmei havra'ah, making sure that the worker is paid a pension. All the rights that every worker in Israel has also is relevant to a cleaner that's a worker and to a foreign worker that's a cleaner that's a worker. The most important thing, though, to note is the matter of insurance. In Israel, every worker is paid bituach leumi, which is a national insurance institution. And this national insurance institution basically insures workers in cases of injuries. So if a worker gets injured and he cannot work anymore, he will get what's called disability payments for not being able to work from the national insurance institution. And a worker that's cleaning a household could get injured. And if a worker that cleans a household gets injured and he is not being paid by to the national insurance institution and he's not insured, then the household can get sued by this worker and be liable to cover all the damages that were caused to this worker. And therefore, covering the matter of insurance is the most important, even though everything else should be covered as well. Thank you very much for your time, and if you have any further questions, you can feel free to contact us. We will be happy to be of assistance.